Now, once you're in the bathroom, I think I heard rails, which is good.
Toilet seat riser.
Yeah, toilet and the toilet seat riser and the squatty potty.
Yeah.
And the reason I think those are all good is because they all help our body kind of be a little younger.
Yes.
When we get older, the way the muscles of the pelvis change, and the way the pelvis changes in women in particular, and even men to some extent, there's changes of aging that change the sort of logistics, if you will, of the body in that area. Well, the squatty potty puts you kind of back in a position where, even though everything's shifted down there, the muscles have a better shot at helping you. So that you can generally have better voiding, primarily of the bowels is what the squatty potty helps. But but I mentioned earlier, they go together a lot. If the bowels are moving well, the bladder is less irritated. Bowels that are constipated irritate the bladder tremendously. So that's one of the big causes or contributors of urinary incontinence the older we get, is if the bowels aren't moving well, because they kind of live together actually down there. And so if the bowels are not able to be evacuated and regular, that can impact your urinary ability. So that's why I think that's a good trio. The rails help with the overall musculature. The rising of the seat puts you back in a position of strength. And then the squatty potty is the right sort of orientation for the internal organs. And that's good. Someone asked earlier, I saw it come along the bottom of the screen, about exercise and does that help? And I think this is a good moment to say yes, because we exercises of two sorts. I just talked about the pelvic muscles. Those are the muscles down in the bottom of our body that are kind of holding everything in. If you've heard of the Kegel exercises, many of the women probably have. Unfortunately for the fellas, people don't realize, but men can benefit from Kegels too. They've been left out, unfortunately. I'm sorry, fellas. But Kegel exercises encourage the muscles in the bottom of our body to hold everything in better. And they live around the sphincter that holds the bladder closed, especially in women, specifically in that case. And so having more strength in those muscles means more control. The other muscles that need to be strong are the muscles of the hip flexors, which are the muscles that allow us to stand up and sit down and get to the bathroom on time. So exercise both in general for the hip flexors and specific to the pelvic musculature, the Kegel exercises definitely have been shown even into advanced ages. So any 90-year-olds on the call, or people with 90-year-old loved ones, they can still work, but you do have to do it like any exercise of anything. You've got to do it regularly, and and don't be afraid to ask for some tips about that. Again, a physical therapist often can help. Your primary care provider should be able. And even if they say, oh, that might not work, say, that's okay. I'm just going to try it.
Do it anyhow.
Because you know what? The research shows that it can help. So there's no harm to it either. Zero harm. So I'd say do it.